Hey guys, it's the SpeedyTurtle here, and welcome to the first video that I'm doing of Tutorial Tuesday. Now on Tutorial Tuesday I'll be doing some Minecraft tutorials on just little builds, and today we're doing a little cottage, and it's a little medieval cottage, and as you can see I've kind of got the foundations laid out already. So I'd just like to say before this, any builds that are used in my tutorials, I'd appreciate if you're going to use them on a map or in a YouTube video, you give me some credit in them. Just because, it's kind of my builds, and then, I like credits. So yes, anyway, let's get on with this. For the main blocks you're going to use cobblestone, oak wood, logs, a glass pane, oak wood stairs, oak wood slab, and white wool. So basically, you can start off with the foundations. As you can see, I actually, in between each logs, I have a 5-block radius. If you want to copy it block by block, go ahead. I'm not really bothered. You can if you want. But you can use this. Just use this as inspiration. Either you picked either. I don't really mind. So we want to go up a good 4. Go right up. Now I will be doing basically the biggest, the vast majority of it. You can add in your own detail. I'm not telling you what to do on that because some detail might look good on your part, or it might look completely crap on my part. It just really depends. And then you want to go straight across all these blocks. I seem to be getting black particles, which are weird. I'm actually using shaders, which I haven't actually seen before, which is weird. I don't know why. I just not used shaders before. Looks pretty good. So once you got the kind of frame of the bottom part, this is only the bottom part, you could start filling in this bit here. The door is actually going to go on this side, so we'll actually fill in here, go straight across, there we go. And of course guys, we'll add in a bit more detail to the front and stuff, and now we're just getting the main body of it. Go right across, get right across here. Now I know what I want to make, and at the same time I don't. So there might be bits where I'll be cut because I'm kind of just making this up as I go along. I've made something similar to this. You guys probably won't have seen. But yeah, I've made something like this before, but I'm kind of making it up as I go along. I'm not too sure what I'm doing. Well, I am, but I know at the same time. So this is basically your first little frame. You can add in some windows if you'd like. Just put them in here. It can only really be small windows though, considering this is a really small building. Right there. Oh, it's different. Let's add in that. And maybe on this side we could have it going right along. 1, 2, 1, 2. Or you can just leave it at that. You just pick your windows. I'm just making it up as I go along, and maybe just one there. Okay, so you got your bottom frame now. Now what you're going to do, you're going to get your oak logs and come out one on every single one. Now on this one I tend to just go up and break this down. And then go along here, keep doing this all the way around on the main pillars. Go right along there, and then when you got all them, you want to go up about here. Yeah, about there. I'm trying to remember the dimensions that I had, because it's a bit different. It's a bit on the smaller scale, but since this is just quick tutorials, I'm just building them on the smaller scale for the sake of the video. / time set day. And if I do stuff like that sometimes guys, it's because the slimes keep spawning for some reason, I noticed, even though I set it to peaceful, so I might keep having to do that and butcher them basically. Because they keep getting in the way and they're annoying. They keep jumping towards me and I'm like, piss off man. So yeah, anyway, just want to keep stacking up like this, and then conjoining. I'm joining them up. I don't know why I said conjoining. I don't know where I got that from. Yeah, but just join them all up right along here, and build this one up, and there. So you've got the 2 layers now. Well, that's not completely done. Since we got this top frame now, we can now start adding in the wool, which will go along here. Get this right along. There. Now the windows, you know, they vary on what you want. But now just leave this gap down here first, because we're going to use some upside down stairs, which will kind of act as kind of like a support. But first we just kind of want to get the wool going down. The wool, it kind of gives a bit more differentiation. Because I felt like the cobblestone, it just looked really plain, and wool, it kind of looks like those panelled, it's hard to explain. If you've seen old buildings, you kind of see that they kind of got some white to it, and they kind of got like wood panels like stuck in them, and I really like those buildings, so I'm going to stick with that. Now let's get this right along. Of course, you know, you add in how big you want the windows, kind of like the shape of them. Alright, I'm just kind of doing them as a really long and small type thing. I don't really know why, I just don't really know what type of window to do. But just be creative. You don't have to copy this block by block, as I've already said. And you should come up with something else. So now we've got that, we'll add in a oak wood slab right there. And then start going along. We could actually, to be a bit more creative, we'd add in some different like sides of it, so like that. Could do that right along everywhere basically, because it's all 5 wide, and that makes it look pretty cool. I think I really like that. So we do that everywhere, adding in the little slabs in between. Now we'll just go. I think this is no, it's not. So what if in these situations, guys, I tend to go in from each side and even like that. And then as you finally get to the middle, then you have that, and it's all even, and it makes it look better basically. Because there's nothing worse than when you have an uneven building, and that, you know, when you come in like from one side and come in from the other side, it makes it look a lot better. And there. For the roof, guys, now I'm gonna do it really simple. Now the reason is because for that, and what have I done here? Alright, I've done that. So what could I do here? Do that and that. So what I had done there was, I missed a block here. What I had done there is actually I'd miss, kind of, what is the word? I had like not measured properly, so then I ended up actually going out a block more than I should have, but I fixed that now. As you can see, this all lines up perfectly. The only problem is, as this bit here, but the thing is with this build, guys, it's your own inspiration, and you know, do anything you want. I've just kind of lined it like that. I don't know why, just a bit more struts. But anyway, let's go on with the video. So anyway, what I thought during that was actually you could put some of these kind of support at the bottom, kind of like it's been, you know, I'm trying to think of the word, like it's been a bit more supported up, a bit more. This is just me trying it out myself. Like I have done this before, but I'm adding new bits towards it as well. It makes it look like it's a bit more balanced and stuck into the ground. And I forgot to do windows here, but yeah, I quite like that. So now we're gonna get onto the main roof. Now what I tend to do here is actually, again, like what I done 2 seconds ago, I do another one there and then add in that. So we're gonna do this all the way round. And then, oh, I forgot what to do. And then I will actually cut it with the roof. Now, the roof's a tricky one. Do this however you want. If you're good with roofs, then do what the hell you want. You'll be able to find a shape. Well, I'm just going to do a really basic kind of, not really flat roof, but more of a, to be honest, it's quite flat. But if you're good with roofs, you know, feel free, do whatever the hell you want. And this is, of course, for inspiration and, you know, just giving you ideas in a sort of sense. So I'm going to cut it from now, and I'll show you the outcome. So guys, this is kind of what the roof could look like. Now what I've actually done is, you know, lined like a typical roof, lined the stairs right round. But at the corners, not in the middle, but at the corners basically, I've done slabs, just to give it a kind of spiky look, and you know, I think it looks good. There's nothing much you can really do with a L-shaped type house. I suppose you could add a bit more pointed roof, but I think that this looks perfectly fine. You know, I could add in some windows at the end and it'd look really good. You know what, maybe off camera I will and show you guys at the end. But basically that's kind of what you want to do with the roof. Could do with adding a bit more peaked, but yeah, so what we're going to get straight back into the actual video now and add in some windows. I'll do a bit more detail on camera because yeah, that was quite a big chunk of the house actually done off camera, and I could do with putting that on camera as well. So just add in all the windows. You know, as I said, the windows were really up to you. You might want a lot of windows downstairs, or you need a lot of lighting. Because it is like kind of it's like a balcony over a bit, so then kind of the it's a bit shaded, especially on shaders. It's well darker, and I really like shaders in this texture pack actually. So what you know, you could add in a bit of courtyard around here. I'm just gonna add in some detail now, so you know, you can just copy what I'm doing. Doesn't really matter. Just do whatever the hell you want. But on camera, I'm just going to add in some detail for the sake of it. So let's add in some of these. I like to do these at the corner of the building as well. That's really pretty. I like, oh, that's not a manly word. It's really brilliant. Yes. I like the purple and stuff like that. And that is blinding. But I like to add these in the corners. I don't know. I really like it. I think it looks really cool when they're added on. That's a lot of things I don't really see in builds anymore. That's like ages ago in a YouTube video I saw this, and I thought it was a great idea to add in kind of these little supports on the end holding up the roof. I think it's a great idea, and it brings a lot of character out in the building. If you're really wanting to get into build, because I actually didn't start off as a builder, and what the heck, I wasn't going in there. I didn't start off as a builder. I was a PvPer, and I still am, and I still love doing PvP, but I like this side of Minecraft. I really enjoy it. Now, while I'm on camera, I may as well just add this last little bit in. What I'm actually going to do is... there wasn't really much of a point, was there? Well, there kind of was. I'll do it on the same on this side. This was really annoying me, how it was flat. Oops. Let's get inside. I could add detail in. Interior is really not a priority in builds straight away. Interiors should always be left to be done last. It's annoying. That's probably the bit. I'm not really an interior designer. I prefer to be more on the outside actually doing some work than just sitting inside doing all that crap. I don't really like that. Just gonna add that bit. So I don't even like that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now the door is quite important. I tend to like to add. I'm gonna actually use a different wood for this. I'm going to use spruce, but I like to add in like something like this along the lines of that. Could do using a slab there, and then adding in that. I like to have the door a bit more decorated, and what we could actually do is under the nah, actually I've got a better idea for that. Let's add in the door instead. Where are doors again? Redstone. There we go. Boom. Okay, now the door's on. What else could we add in? What was we going to add in? Oh, we were going to add in some plant pots now. I'm trying to think. Right, okay. We could use some trapdoors. And I'll get bone meal because I kind of want it to be random. Actually, yeah, bone meal. I'm sorry if this seems a bit unprofessional. You know, I like just, you know, playing with build, and you know, I think, you know, I don't see much of a problem, honestly. But yeah, I'm sorry if this seems a bit unprofessional. We can't really add that there. I just quite like showing a lot on camera and what goes on in the build, because this is what I'm actually like when I build. I just kind of play around. And you know, again guys, if you don't like what, you know, I'm doing on this, feel free just to muck around and add in other stuff. Add that there. Nah, actually I don't like the 3. I think that looks a bit daft. That's a very British word to say. Daft. There. And we can add in some plant pots on the outside and around here. There. And we'll put the final 2 plant pots here. I really like doing plant pots like that because the small plant pots really don't really show enough, if you know what I mean. I don't really like it. What else could we add? Could add in some trapdoors actually. and I think that will be the final bit of detail. I always like covering up the ends of the wood, like the wood logs, because I think it can look quite ugly in a way if they're not. Sometimes it really depends, but then I'm just going really dark now. It's time 6 day. There we go. Couldn't type for a minute there. Okay, actually we're gonna do a bit outside. A bit outside. Sorry if this seems, I've said this a lot of times, but I had this idea in my head and now I kind of changed my mind in parts, so that's why it seems a bit jumbled. But as I said for the millionth time, this is inspiration, guys. This isn't just I don't have an exact plan in my head, and I think that's what makes it unique, you know. Like, it's good to just play around with the build. It's always good. And if you're unsure, just play around. There's no rush whatsoever, unless you've got a deadline, obviously. But you shouldn't really have it left to the last minute anyway, if you have a deadline. There we go. Adding some bone meal. We could do with a cheeky wee tree in there. What should we use? An oak. We'll just use an oak. Put the tree on this side. Oh, what's going on? There we go. Any other trees could be added in? Now we could actually add in a tree here. There we go. And it's a big ass tree. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. In fact, we might just get rid of this tree and add in another tree, because the way the sun sets, I want it to be kind of blaring through the through like between the house and the tree. So I'm gonna add it here, and there we go. So guys, this has actually been a tutorial on the small cottage. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Next week I'll be doing a tutorial on a steam train. I know that's not too medieval, but I want it to be old fashioned because modern stuff just doesn't seem to go in Minecraft. But yeah, next week I definitely should encourage you to stick around, because next week definitely a steam train next Tuesday be there. And yeah, I'll see you all in another video. Have a great day and peace.